Have you ever heard of the existence of the Japanese rolling R sound? I bet you haven't. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Yoroshiku! Campanas Japanese. The Japanese rolling R sound is, I would say, a very emotional sound. So when you hear Japanese people use the rolling R, you know they are pissed off. Like when they say, Orra, kurra. So this is definitely not a formal Japanese sound. This is a very informal sound because the only time we use this sound is when we are angry. That's the reason why you've never heard of the existence of the Japanese rolling R. Teachers never teach you this sound because of that. But every Japanese knows the rolling R sound exists in the Japanese language because there's a legit Japanese word for it. In Japanese, the rolling R sound is called Makijita. This is a definition of Makijita. Speaking with a trill, rolling one's R's. Wikipedia says, 日本語においてラ行の子音は通常弾き音で発音されるが、変種として子形震え音が使われる場合がある。江戸言葉のベラン名帳や浜言葉でよく現れるため、下品に感じる人もいる。Meaning, in the Japanese language, the R sound as in rarirurero is normally pronounced as a tap sound. But the trilled R sound is sometimes used as a variant. Since the rolling R is often used in a way of speaking called beranme in Edo dialect and the dialects in coastal regions, some people feel it is vulgar or impolite. Some people feel vulgar or impolite. I mean, it makes sense, right? As I said, Japanese people use the rolling R when they are pissed off. Seems like some Japanese people can't do it. When I ask Japanese people if they can roll their R's, and when they say no, I'm actually really surprised. Because I always thought the rolling R sound was something all the native Japanese speakers learned naturally. I mean, I did. Because in Japanese, you hear it everywhere. Anime, comedies, movies, etc. This is one of the examples.
だったら今やってみろよ!
You hear that? He says, だったらやってみろよ. だったらやってみろよ. This is another example.
今までのこともあるからもう降りろお前!
You hear that, right? The guy says, 今までのこともあるからもう降りろお前! 今までのこともあるからもう降りろお前! So you actually hear it everywhere. So how do you pronounce the Japanese rolling R? I mean, you don't need to learn it. As I said, this is not a formal Japanese sound, and the only time you use the rolling R is when you're pissed off. But, just in case, the Japanese rolling R is the same as the Spanish one, Italian one, or Portuguese one. It's called a voiced alveolar trill sound. Voiced means your vocal cords here vibrate. Alveolar means here, your gum ridge, where your tongue tip vibrates. Trill means you literally trill your R's at your gum ridge. This is one of the most commonly used R sounds in the world. Yet, this probably is one of the most difficult sounds to pronounce because it is really difficult to even explain how to pronounce it, I admit. Anyway, it's difficult to explain, but I'll try. As I said, the point your tongue tip vibrates is your gum ridge. Before your tongue tip actually touches the gum ridge, you blow air like this. I think this is a really important point. Let air do the job, not you. Another really important point is your tongue should be really relaxed. Otherwise, it won't vibrate. Let's try again. As you bring your tongue up to the gum ridge, but not touching it, you blow air. How did it go? Let's just say now you successfully learned how to be pissed in Japanese. Good job. Alright, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. And if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. じゃあねー。